What's going on, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video, guys. And in today's video we are going to be talking about Manchester United's last game that we went and played, Chelsea at home, guys, at Old Trafford. And let's get straight into today's video. So we made 5 changes from the last game against Man City. Talk about the starting 11. So we started with De Gea, Young, Bailey, Lindelof, Shaw, Herrera, Matic, Pogba, Mata, Lukaku, Rashford. You know what? Once that starting 11 came out, I was really happy. You know why? Because I was so happy to see Herrera back after being injured for so long. Also, it was good to see someone like Mata back as well, back in the team. Matic as well actually played better than I thought actually as well, because he was injured. He come back into the team. So, you know what? I was pretty much happy with that starting 11. So was my dad. Overall reaction, once again, we've dropped more points. 2 points dropped this time. You know what? What I don't understand is Tottenham bottled it, Arsenal bottled it, we pretty much bottled it again. And not even one team isn't capitalising, you know? The thing is, we could have easily capitalised if we would have beat Everton. If we would have beat Everton and we would have got that 1 point against Chelsea, we would have been in front of Arsenal by now, and they would have been thinking, yeah, it's over, we're 6th, we're going to finish 6th. Still finish 6th anyway, Arsenal, because I'm confident that yes, we're not going to get Champions League for next year, but I can guarantee that we'll probably will get Europa League next year. Yeah, obviously Europa League's not where you want to be, but at the end of the day, I think you have to back Ollie. You know what? Talking about the game now, first half, fantastic first half, you know. After many weeks of, you know, not turning up and stuff like that, our players turned up. We created chances, we tested the goalkeeper. We're playing with a high intensity, high tempo, played aggressive football. The passing was a lot more sharper, a quick movement. So it was boom. You know, we were fantastic in this first half. We created some good chances. And then Mata got us the goal. Also, happy birthday to Juan Mata. And it's good that he got the goal as well. And I was happy that he scored against his old club as well. So first half was absolutely fantastic. Then you would have been thinking, let's keep that up. Let's keep going again. But I don't understand. In the last game against City, it was 0-0. And we lost that game 2-0 anyway. But anyway, okay. It was 1-1 at half-time, and you would have been thinking, okay, let's keep that up, keep that going, you know. Keep pressing, keep going forwards, play with a counter-attacking, quick football, get on the front foot, create chances. And you would have been thinking, let's do the exact same thing in the second half. And also, obviously, play with width and pace, obviously with Rashford and Lukaku being there. But you know what? I don't know why we didn't play the way how we played from the first half to the second half. Really frustrates me, the fact that they get into the half-time team talk. The team talk is just gone from whatever has been said from the first half to go defensive. There's no point of going defensive, because when it's 1-1 and when you know you must win this game to go and get top 4, the players, for God's sake, the second half, no chances were created. There was no energy. There was no real urgency. We were not good enough in that second half. I have to hold my hands up. We didn't play our best in the second half. Why is it we play so well in the first half, and then in the second half we either lose the game or we draw the game, you know? I just don't understand. It's like you get into the half-time break, the team talk, and it's just completely changed. So I just don't understand. So you would just say to the players, the work rate there is absolutely fantastic, spot on. Go out there in the second half and keep it up. There's no point of changing everything up, changing the tactics. Go for it. When it's 1-1 and you have to win the game, you should be going all out attack. You should be all around them. We were all around them. Yes, we were all around them in the first half, but then they started gradually found their rhythm as the first half went on. But in the second half, we weren't good enough. It's one of these games where you should be going for it. But in the second half, we didn't go for it. I just don't understand. Like, what are we doing? The next game against Huddersfield, I don't want to see us being 2-3, 4-0 up and then we're going to go defensive. Go for it. Yes, we've got another game against Cardiff, but fucking hell, we've still got a week to prepare for Huddersfield and then another week to prepare for Cardiff. So go for it, you know. I said it in my last video. You have nothing to lose. And we didn't go for it in the second half. And if these players are not going to go for it, you can get out of the club. There's no point of going defensive when you must win the game to get top 4. Top 4's completely finished for us now, because unless if Chelsea absolutely fuck up against Watford and Leicester. Leicester's going to be tough for them, but they should beat Watford. We need to learn, if we play well in the first half and then we let all that good work go to pop, Go and replicate of what you did in the first half. Don't just sit back. This is a must-win game. We sat back. There was just no real energy. There was no real urgency. There was just no fluidity in the team. You got to go for it. When it's a must-win game, you got to go for it. We didn't go for it in the second half. We went for it in the first half. Then we let in a stupid goal. Another mistake by De Gea. I'm sorry, but he's got to do better. Yes, people are behind him. I'm behind him. But for God's sake, De Gea, how many more times do you want to make mistakes? And you can also say hello to Europa League, because we ain't going to get Champions League for next year. And everyone knows that after the draw in this game. It's not good enough. When you've probably absolutely dominated and controlled and you're winning the game, or you're drawing the game, you still got to go for it in the second half, because at the end of the day, Chelsea went and scored the goal. They could have easily won that game if we weren't on top of it in that second half. If we were completely asleep in that second half and Chelsea capitalised, we would have lost that game. But I tell you what, I said it on my Instagram, I said, we have dropped 8 points. We've only picked up 1 point. And if we would have capitalised against Everton and then we would have got that point, we would have been way above Arsenal by now. We wouldn't even be in touching distance, because now we've got easy 6 points against Huddersfield and Cardiff. We need to wake up, smell the coffee, go for it. There's no point of sitting back like absolute idiots. Go for it, go for it. It's just really frustrating and disappointing when you can't go for it, when you've got nothing to lose. And it's a must-win game as well. What are you doing? Go for it, What is the point of parking the bus, going defensive? Go for it. Go for it. I said it in my last video. Go for it. There's no point of sitting back. Getting into the questions now. What did I make of the performance? Performance overall was... We were good in the first half, but not that great in the second half. So I'd say, it was a good performance by the boys. Like I said previously, absolutely fantastic. We did the right things. We got on the front foot. We played with a high intensity, high tempo. We created chances. We tested the goalkeeper. We played with width and pace. We did everything that we needed to do. Everything pulled off. We got that early goal. Everyone would have been happy. And that's the only positive that we can walk away from, that we scored a goal finally. We finally scored a bloody goal. It took ages to score a bloody goal as well. The first half was absolutely fantastic, and then everyone must have been thinking, oh, come on, let's just do the exact same thing in the second half. And then Chelsea have got no chance. The thing is, Chelsea didn't even play well either in this game. But second half, no energy, no urgency, no fluidity, couldn't get going. It didn't look convincing. You know what? We needed to score that second goal, and that second goal didn't come. We had a great opportunity with Rojo at the end. Who else got close for another chance? I think McTominay got close as well, actually. I think Rashford as well. It's a good performance, but overall, not that great, because we knew that we had to win this game. We had to come away with the 3 points. We didn't come away with the 3 points. It's devastating, it's gutting, it's disappointing, it's frustrating, but yet again, I'm going to repeat it. When it's a game where you must win this game, you have to get the 3 points. You got to go for it. You got to go for it. I just don't know what was said in the halftime team talk. Got to go for it. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. What was the difference from the first half to the second half? This question is pretty much easy to answer, really, because first half, like I just said then, in the first half, let's just put it easy. Let's just put it straightforward. There was energy. There was pace, there was fluidity. We played width and pace and all this good stuff that we did. And then second half was just a complete opposite. Second half, we were not on top of our game. There was just no fluidity, no energy, no determination, no fight. Yeah, there was a lack of fight in the second half as well, I think. No chances in the second half. Maybe 1 or 2, but not good enough chances. Score a goal. I was about to say lesson learnt, but it's not a lesson learnt. We should have gone for it in the second half. And why does Ollie change his half-time team talk? It was 1-1. We needed to score another goal. Does Ollie realise that we had to win that game last night? It's not good enough. It's not good enough. Yes, we've got 2 easy games coming up, but you can't rely on those 2 games. We said that this was a must-win, and we didn't win it. We didn't win it. Hands down, we did not win it. When is De Gea going to learn from his mistakes? He keeps on making mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake. He made a mistake against Barcelona. He made a mistake against Everton. And now he's going to make another mistake against Chelsea. I'll tell you a fact right now. This is the first time he's played so bad since he walked in for the first 6 months into the club. That's how bad he's playing right now. People can't understand what's going on. But I'm sorry. I'm going to have to blame this game on De Gea, but I don't like it. But I'm going to have to really blame this game on him. Yes, it may not have been the greatest of defence, but in those sort of areas where you got to grab the ball and then the ball just went loose and then it's in. You got to grab it. I will back him. It's just a mistake. All I can say now to De Gea, and some advice that I can give him right now, is that there's still 2 games remaining. Anything can happen in the Premier League. 1 minute you could be 6th, the next minute you could be 5th. So anything's going to happen from now to the end of the season. Chelsea don't have it easy. They've got Watford and Leicester. Arsenal have got Brighton, and they've got Burnley last. So do you think Arsenal are going to have it easier? Their players will think we're going to walk through these next 2 games. At the end of the day, that's how Arsenal think, The last 3 games, that's what Arsenal have thought. They've gone, right, we can beat these. Simple as, I'm going to throw out that team and let's just go from there. But you know what? We didn't capitalise, not in one game. We didn't capitalise against Everton. We didn't capitalise against City. Maybe have not even stood a chance. And then we had another chance against Chelsea and we bottled it. We bottled it. We've got to learn that we bottled it. But the thing is, all I can say to De Gea is just keep your chin up, keep going, don't beat yourself. Probably a lack of confidence and all this shit that's going on with Juventus wanting, Barcelona wanting, and stuff like that. It could be putting him off as well. Yes, people might be saying put Romero in, see how he does, but at the end of the day you still have to back him. But I do have to blame him for this game. He cost us. Even if it was still 1-0, all we had to do was just defend properly, and we did that throughout the 90 minutes. We defended properly, and if De Gea didn't have to make that mistake, and we were going into Champions League, and because of that mistake, it's cost us. It's more looking like Europa League now. I'm confident that we'll pass Arsenal. All eyes on Arsenal to get Champions League. At the end of the day, they've got to play midweek. They'll have probably literally no energy, but they still have no confidence of going into Valencia. Valencia have picked up. They're on some good form, so let's hope they can give Arsenal a hard time, At the end of the day, lesson learnt for De Gea, but he must learn from his mistakes. Who is my man of the match? My man of the match has to be Juan Mata. He played absolutely fantastic, He got the goal and it was his birthday, so happy birthday to Juan Mata, and I'm happy for him that he scored, and also he scored against his old club. So yeah, Juan Mata has to be my man of the match. Is the top 4 still on? If you think about it, we might be still in it, but that's depending on what Chelsea do in their last 2 games. Yes, they've got Watford. Yes, Watford are a really good team. They've got some good quality, but are they going to be able to get the job done against Watford? And then if they somehow drop points to Leicester in the last game, we could pass Chelsea. So anything could still happen, So it could be still on, but it's hard now because we still have to play Huddersfield and Cardiff. It's still easy. 6 points. Arsenal will be bricking it now. They'll be panicking because they know that we've got 2 easy games. Arsenal still got 2 hard games. They'll think Brighton's going to be easy. It's not, because Brighton nearly got a result against Tottenham and they got a good result out of Newcastle. They got a good point there, so at least they have some confidence going into Arsenal next week. Arsenal, if they pick up a win against Valencia at home, they'll pick up the confidence, but are they going to have the right mentality going into Brighton? So anything can still happen in this top 4 thing, but you know what? All I'm going to say is it could be still possible, but we know that the Champions League ain't going to happen for us. If we win the next 2 games, that's pressure on Arsenal and Chelsea to go and produce something. And if they both bottle it and we win next week, happy days. Anyway, talking about the goal now. First goal, Pogba passed it to Lukaku. Lukaku put it over the top for Shaw. Shaw sees Mata in space and Mata puts it away for 1-0. Fantastic. Anyway, talking about the substitutions now. Rashford went off for Sanchez. Talk about Rashford's performance. Had the pace to startle Antonio Rudiger and David Luiz, but again, his use of the ball was naive. Runs into blind alleys far too often, but was troubled by a shoulder injury. I didn't know that he had a shoulder injury. I'm sure he'll be fit to play the next game against Huddersfield. If it's not, we still got Martial there. And what really pissed me off as well in this game is the fact that I wanted to see Martial play this game. Well, at least come on and make an impact. When it's 1-1, you've thrown on McTominay instead of Martial. If you would have put Martial on, you would have had a bit more pace, a little bit more energy, you'll have a bit more urgency, he would have made an impact, he would have got on the front foot, and that could have been an easy chance for Sanchez or Lukaku to put a chance away. And also what pisses me off as well, we need to sign players that are clinical. We really need to sign players that are clinical. Bailey went off for Rojo. Talk about Bailey's performance and an impressive return after nearly 2 months out of action. Almost crowned his comeback with a goal from Young's corner, but went off injured. Just a bit unlucky, Mata went off for McTominay. Talk about Mata's performance. His control and poise slickened the United attack, and Mata adjusted his position effortlessly to finish Shaw's pullback, substituted. Next up, it's Huddersfield. You know what? Huddersfield, the 20th in the table, they haven't got going this season. They've only got 3 wins under the belt. They've beaten Wolves home and away, so that's good for them, and they've beaten somebody else who I can't think of. Oh, Fulham it was. You know what? Huddersfield have not got going this season. Obviously, David Wagner was their manager, then they sacked him. Then they brought in a new manager, so they've completely lost it after. In the second season, they'll bottle it. They've completely bottled it, Huddersfield. I think tactically they've lost it, completely lost the dressing room, and they'll probably still put on a good fight. It'll be probably their FA Cup final against us, but you know what, they'll still give us a good fight. They did get battered 5-0 to Liverpool. What comes around goes around. We'll just have to see what happens with Huddersfield, but at the end of the day, if we prepare well, if we're physically, mentally prepared, be ready on the day, and we just got to play how we played in that first half against Chelsea. And if we get, 3-4 goals on them, happy days, that's then Arsenal and Chelsea to react. If we beat Huddersfield, Arsenal know that they've got to go and beat Brighton. So at the end of the day, it's pressure onto Arsenal if we go and beat Huddersfield. Huddersfield are not the best. They've conceded too many goals, and they haven't scored in every single game. So at the end of the day, we do have to go for it. They're still a very good team. I say go for it. But we should do though. We'll get our tactics right and the game plan right and stick to the game plan. We should get the job done against Huddersfield. This is easy 3 points this. We can't really drop points to Huddersfield. We'll see where it takes us. We just got to hope for the best. Their defence is not that great as well. And if we can isolate and expose their defence, they're fucked. Let's see where it takes us. If we beat these, we'll go above Arsenal, and then that's Arsenal to react. Hope you guys have enjoyed another video. Be sure to leave a like. Subscribe to my channel if you are new. See you guys in a video in the next couple of days. And peace.